Hello there, it's me, a broken record. Various billionaires keep doing dumb shit, like trying to go to space or buying Twitter and saying it should be the digital town square. But I've got news for you. The digital town square already exists. The internet. Let's start off with a basic premise. Twitter doesn't do anything. Twitter is a centralized text publishing platform that pings you when someone clicks a heart. We have sequenced the human genome. Twitter sends you a ping. So there's a lot of discussions about acceptable free speech and what can be said on a platform and what should publishers take down versus allow, and are these social media platforms publishers or not? Now, of course, Twitter must do something, right? Because they have users, and the users, well, they don't like Twitter, but they're there. Yes, Twitter has done an excellent job of centralizing a bunch of people into one place and telling them that this is how the internet works. You have to be signed up for their platform and use their tools. But that's not really the case. You can publish anything, anywhere on the internet. You can do it for free a lot of the time. And Twitter and other social media websites have just convinced people that you need to have dings and pings, and you need to be told whenever someone likes your post or whenever someone reposts it, because how else will you know that you're special and should keep using their service? Now, I've talked about this before, but the transition from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0 was effectively just a bunch of tech people saying, hey, it seems like you don't want to have to learn how to use the internet. What if we did it for you and then sold all your data? And a lot of people are perfectly fine with that. And you know what? That's okay. I'm not going to sit here and say that's not how it is, because it is. And a lot of people don't have the time, energy, or impetus to learn how this technology works. But if you do take control and spend just a little bit of time getting a slightly better understanding of the technology that runs most of our lives now, you can get yourself out from under these whack situations where you have a tech billionaire buying up what a lot of people consider to just be the public forum of the internet and controlling it. And it doesn't matter if you like the guy or not. It doesn't matter if you like that he owns the whole thing. No one person should just own a communication platform. No singular person should own that. Even if you somehow think that any given tech billionaire is going to do the perfect thing to make things better, what's to say that he's not going to be corrupt tomorrow? Wholly owning your own ability to communicate is an incredible feature of the internet, and it's one of the many superpowers that you have as a user of the internet, if you just take control. But Endeavorance, Twitter and related social media platforms allow me to follow topics that I'm interested in and remain updated on what's going on in those spaces. How can that be bad? You exclaim, totally fairly. Yeah, it does. But amazingly, that still worked before the advent of major social media platforms. We have RSS, which is still used today and largely being pushed aside because most companies realized that it's not profitable. RSS is a system of publishing content online that other people can subscribe to and get notifications when you publish something new and have all of their news sources compiled into one space, your reader. Many of these platforms supported RSS back in the day, and they've dropped support for it because they want to force you to be on their platforms and they want to force you to give them your eyes and information. But RSS is dead simple, and many services still support it. And individual blogging systems like WordPress or Write.as and any other blogging system worth its salt supports RSS. There's even systems that will take a Twitter account and convert it into an RSS feed, so you can follow Twitter accounts or Instagram accounts or whatever else from an RSS reader. Some RSS readers even just do it natively for you. But taking it a step further, we now have ActivityPub, which is an open standard for doing social online communication. It's like RSS, but for interactions. I have talked about this a bunch of times before, so I will summarize, and there's plenty of other articles and videos about it, but there exists software like Mastodon, which is a decentralized social network, and that's based on top of ActivityPub. But here's the cool thing. ActivityPub isn't just for Mastodon, it's for anything at all. Any service or system that supports ActivityPub can connect to any other service or system that supports ActivityPub, and they generate a virtual network called the Fediverse. The Fediverse is a very strange sounding portmanteau of Federated Universe. Dear viewer, I have a neighbor who has a ridiculously loud, obnoxious car. And he does this thing where he just goes out to his driveway, turns on the car, and sits in it for like 15 minutes before maybe driving off. Somehow, he is psychically connected to my phone, and the second that I start recording, he turns on his car. It's uncanny. I'm going to do my best to edit out the low rumble that you'll be hearing, but it might be there. I apologize. Anyway, within the Fediverse, there are corollary apps for basically every popular social media platform. Instead of YouTube, there's PeerTube. Instead of Instagram, there's PixelFed. Instead of Twitter, there's Mastodon. The list goes on and on. There are even federated systems to replace Spotify. Like, it's really cool. And all of these systems can interact with each other. And here's the kicker. No one owns any of them. You can set up your own version of all of these and not be beholden to anyone's terms of service. It's just you. Now, of course, that's a lot more intricate than it actually sounds. Of course, I get that. But all of these services are just a bunch of individually managed servers that can all talk to each other, and you can join any of them. If you join one and you don't like their vibe, you can just go to a different one. They don't own any of it, and they can't stop you. But this video isn't me just saying, hey, get on the Fediverse. You don't need to be on the Fediverse to just publish yourself online. You can just upload text to somewhere. You can just make a very simple website. HTML is extremely easy. Don't let people tell you otherwise. And yes, you might not go hyper viral like some of these other websites might allow to have happen. But that's kind of a good thing in my opinion. Never mind the intense harassment that going viral invites. Humanity was not meant to have one person say something that has very little nuance and have that just get put in front of everyone else in the world with your name associated with it, as if that is a statement that you stand by. This is the defining thing for me forever. It does not take long for a stupid joke that some in-group gets to go viral and some other group who doesn't understand it gets upset about it. And then what happens? It's up to that website's terms of service to determine whether or not you can stay or get booted. It's been about 10 minutes, still just chilling in the car. So look, my point here is that the internet already offers all of the tools that you need to publish yourself online, be seen by other people, send your content to whoever wants to see it, and receive comments even, or in the case of certain other systems, get notified, get that ding when somebody likes your post. It's all already there, and it doesn't have to be in these massive commercialized ad-driven services. Basically what happened is a bunch of venture capitalists went to the internet companies and were like, how can we pillage this for as much money as possible? And those companies over time went from delivering a service that may have actually been in good faith and helpful at first, but are now actually restrictive compared to what you can actually do on the internet. And instead, you're getting a worse experience in a world filled with whack terms of service that can just be handed to another person at any moment. We do not need tech billionaires telling us what the future of technology is. They aren't billionaires because they have our best interests in mind. They're billionaires because they have successfully sold us their crap. You have so much control on the internet, and it's just up to you to take it. You can continue to use these platforms. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. But maybe consider exploring other ways to publish yourself and exist online as well. And you also don't even need to go by your own name online. That's another entire thing. All these tech companies wanted to get everybody to use their real names because that makes it easier for them to comply with specific laws. But that only exists because they've created these ridiculously massive platforms that are just problematic to maintain. You, as a sole person on the internet, can be whoever you want to be. Don't have to listen to them at all. If you have questions about specifics or you want to learn about recommendations for other ways that you can be online or where you can go and just upload a simple HTML website, I'd be happy to discuss that. Just go ahead and comment below and I'll engage with you, I promise. There is also an open invitation to join my Discord. Anybody in my Discord has access to astral.camp, which is my managed Mastodon instance, which is in the Fediverse. So if you want to dip your toes into that, go ahead and join the Discord and join the Mastodon server. Thank you for listening to me being a broken record, and everyone please welcome my guest today, my dick of a neighbor who likes to just sit in his loud car. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for watching. My name is Endeavorance. Take care and be well.